We're not going to be long for now. Not going to be long for live. We're not going to be long on tonight. That's what I meant to say. Not going to be long on for live or something like that. Apparently that's English. It could be some other language. But anyway, I'll be just here for a few minutes tonight, basically, because my voice is not here. Basically, the last time we went live, it kind of was a double-edged sword because it kind of made me worse the next morning. If that made any sense? Because for the last few days I've been saying very little, talking very little. So, you know, hello, Sean. I thought you said good morning there for a second, or good evening. But yeah, so I won't be saying too much. It'll be only 30 minutes now. I won't be an hour live tonight. If that's okay. And I don't think it'll be live tomorrow night now. But I just kind of popped on to say hello. But yeah, as long as I get better, so as long as my voice gets a bit better soon, because it's hard for me to talk. So when though? What's when though? Oh, you're French now. You got a French citizenship, did you, David? Excuse me. Trying to clear my throat. Thursday night already. Hello, guys. How are you? Yeah, this episode. What is this? Oh yeah, the Twitter. There's new Twitter files out about how Pfizer basically paid Twitter to hide some documents that they didn't agree with, or people were disagreeing with them. Basically, to say it lightly. To hide some information. So this is the new Twitter files that's out. But obviously can't talk too much about it. But yeah, just to say this released there an hour ago or so. I wish I could talk about that. I probably will put a video up on BitChute about it, but I'm not going to put it over here about it. When I get better, when I get a bit better on my voice now, there's probably be a good few minutes explaining, and then obviously my voice will be dead now in the morning if I start explaining it. But yeah, it's on my channel. We tweeted it there, so have a look at that if you have a chat on Twitter. That's just have to release there the last hour. Remember, how are we keeping, Zoe? Again, I wiped it down for a few minutes. Are we on live chat? I think we are. Yeah, we are. Just give me a second. We'll go one over here for a second. Well, not one over here, but you know. Just move this for a second. Sorry, I'm just moving that look because I was looking over at it in the wrong place. So, yeah. I don't know, how are we feeling tonight? How are we doing? Ooh, I hit the chat for a second. That was by swung thing. What to avoid holding what? Politicians to be politicians to urge to get a personal alarm to avoid holding constituency offices alone. Security concerns, yeah. Well, they have to hold constituency offices. Hello, Myers, how are you? Because the reason why, because obviously it is important for politicians to have engagement with the public, and obviously having constituency offices where you can just walk in off the street and ask a politician a question or even talk to them about your concerns. You know, that's democracy. That's democracy. A person could just randomly go in. I know we say it's dangerous enough. Yeah, I've been in with politicians before in rooms and it was just me and them. You know, I could see the point, but you know, at the end of the day, they're there to serve the public. Obviously, I wouldn't. Obviously, they know who I am and all that, but they wouldn't. You know what I'm saying. Some random lunatic could walk off the street. You know, into it. You know yourself. But yeah, that's again that when you go up for a politician or a council or whatever, you kind of know the risks. You know, especially if you're a public figure, you know the risks. But yeah, as I say, they shouldn't. They should not. Not when a terrorist kills that matron. They should probably have at least some kind of attack. Oh no, but I know what you're saying, but there's literally not much that can be done. There's not really much that can be done to stop them. If somebody was going to go in, they can't. There's nothing really that can be done. They can't have armed guards outside every constituency office. Does that make any sense? A Teichtree has never happened. Has never, apart from when the beginning of the state, the Justice Minister at the time, 1920. It was during the Civil War. I remember the Dáil was gunned down in the street, on the way to the Dáil, wasn't it? But that's the last thing. There wasn't a politician shot. I don't think it's in England. Obviously, last year, what do you call it? The Conservative MP was stabbed. But there's not really even there was security. I don't think they could have done anything. Because he had a knife and everything. I don't think they could have stopped him. Nobody there would. Nobody around him. The staff or whatever. I've been in with politicians before many times. Sometimes the staff, the secretary might be there or whatever. But what can a woman secretary do if a man comes in with a knife and tries to stab the politician? They can't really. There's nothing really they could do. You can't. A woman would be able to overpower a man with a knife or anything like that. Well, likewise, because obviously somebody with a knife is a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous person. They don't have a knife for no reason. Basically, they would swing it at people. Even a man would find it dangerous too to confront somebody like that. But you could argue too that I don't know, that they should do more on the phone or whatever the situation could be. But at the end of the day, it is the public. They are public representatives. They should have constituency offices. Oh, I know that, but the cats. My point is, there's 160 members of Dáil Éireann alone and Shannon Éireann, obviously. Then you have all the local councillors too. So unless we employ 4,000 or 5,000 Gardaí to be at every constituency office every day of the week, it'd be insanity. Like there's 900 councillors, I think, in Ireland alone. They're only councillors. Then you add the Oireachtas, TDs and senators. That's a lot to be to only members of the Oireachtas and stuff like that. It'd simply be impossible to have a guard everywhere, in every place, and every time, or even at meetings or at that community meetings. It simply would be impossible. Obviously, if you were you'd be a minister. So I went in with Minister Humphreys one time. I was at one hall clinics, and obviously she does have her own. She has secretaries with her and stuff like that. So she'd be minister. Obviously, would have a lot more protection than only TD. And obviously she does have a guard, a driver too, Minister Humphreys. And obviously a state car too, obviously. But the only TD wouldn't have the protection. But obviously, as I say, ministers, if you were meeting a minister, there'd be more protection, obviously. But my point is, you can't, the guards, the armed support unit or whatever, can't be every, or even detectives, they can't be on every, to 900 councillors and to the members of the Oireachtas, Shannon Éireann and Dáil Éireann. They basically couldn't be. I don't even think they could do it in any other country either. They couldn't be everywhere, basically. Because as I say, in Cavan alone, if they were holding clinics, like take for example, there's 2 clinics. Fianna Fáil usually have the clinics open on a Friday in Cavan, and then Fine Gael has it open on Friday too. So the 2 guards have to be basically 2 hours at once, and that'll be taking 2 guards away from only duties. And they'd be the same, probably be the same Meath. There might be 3 or 4 constituencies open for different TDs or senators or councillors. And they would have to be here, there and everywhere, It'd be just constantly. Basically what I'm trying to say, there wouldn't be any guards on the street, because they'd be all in public meetings or outside, outside constituency offices and stuff like that. So it's hard to know, unless they made an appointment or something. But again, they could do it in thoughts, potentials or whatever. But I still think it's important for democracy that members of the public could go in, just walk in off the street to talk to the TD or the councillor about different issues. It is important, obviously. Or even ring them up again, they could do that too. But I think it's important too. If you just walk down the street, you happen to see the constituency office, take for example, open, you're like, I have a bone to pick with this politician about this thing he said in the Dáil or whatever. You have every right to go in and say, I disagree with what you said. And obviously not shout the place down. Obviously don't say I'm going to throw you out the window or something like that. But obviously to say, I disagree with you, I won't vote for you unless you change your attitude or change this or change that. Obviously don't go in and start shouting, I'm going to shoot you into that. That's obviously not the thing you should do. But it is important. It is, as they say, it's a threat to our democracy if we don't have this. But no, I think it's important now. Because again, it's the public that have to say. And obviously, if you take that away, where the usually politicians, again, during the lockdowns and stuff, obviously the politicians could only talk through the phone. There was no consultation. Basically, could you walk into an office or anything in any part of the country? But the main thing is a lot of the politicians, when you ring them up, they don't really, you get talking to the secretaries, you don't talk to them. And they usually like, oh yeah, he'll ring you back, he's busy now, or whatever. Or she's busy, whatever. Oh, I know what you're saying, but, how could you do it? That's what I'm saying. How could you protect every politician at once, It's simply impossible. It's to say 900 councils in the country alone. And then you add in TDs. So you're looking at 1,000, maybe 400 or so people to try and protect. And they'll be in different places at different times, different constituency offices. They'll be at community events. There's nothing that anybody can do to try and stop that. I don't really think they could do it in any country. Unless they hired private security, because again, the members of the Oireachtas, TDs, especially 100,000 euro, they can nearly hire their own bodyguard. There's bodyguard services I see. I seen the company offer bodyguard services once before, and it was about 50,000 euro a year. Like a politician, I'd be willing on to them because they probably can claim it on expenses too. So it's win-win. Only politics, yeah, exactly, Sean. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's important for them to bring the people to go in and say, to bring them back down to earth and say, look, I disagree with this and that, and again, they have to meet with the only public at some stage. Or the council, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, but I think some TDs, again, a lot of TDs a lot of TDs do like the public meetings and stuff like that. Particularly the ones in Cavan do seem to like them a lot. Hello, Irish brother, how are you? I know just I know. Excuse me, sorry, my throat. I know what you're saying, Irish brother. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But at the end of the day, it never was an incident, thankfully, like that in this country where a politician was wetted, somebody went and stabbed the politician, or went and killed the politician in the constituency office, everything like that. Maybe there was, I remember one time there was a politician here in Cavan that was given a good telling off, basically, shouted the room down, basically. So somebody shouted the room down at them. But nothing really serious. But yeah, I always do stand by it. There should always be constituency offices and stuff like that. You should have the option to go in. But I don't, again, as I say, I don't think putting guards outside constituency. I think it'd be more intimidating more than anything to stop people from going in. As we're going to do. Oh, I know there's a lot of anger out there at the moment. I know that. And stuff like that against politicians and stuff. Well, rightly so, because some of the politicians now are basically asking for people to be annoyed at them. And they wonder why the people are angry with them. But you know them, you know yourself. But obviously, it shouldn't be violence. That's the point I'm trying to make too. Excuse me, my throat is very bad. That's why I'm talking pretty low and trying to speak as much as I can too. But yeah, no, I seen it on Twitter then. I said I'd talk about it for a second because, thankfully, I don't think the plan to get rid of any clinics on that. What is this? No, give me a second. I'm just looking. I'm not even going to question that one. I just seen now. Yeah, so some council. I probably shouldn't mention because they get into hours now as well, and there'll be a long discussion about it. Excuse me. Oh, exactly. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, the guy Eamon Wine wants to tax these scooters now, electric scooters and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the Eamon Wine way. He's out for that. Even though the probably shouldn't be on the road either, but you know. Oh, I know, but it's kind of not the same. It's like if you, when they're totally on, some of the politicians should be in prison, so they should kind of get used to, being talked behind a mirror or whatever. You know. Aye, exactly. I seen Rodrigo Gorman talk about that now. Rodrigo Gorman's getting leaving the groundwork on that. But we had to see how that plays out because he said something today to one of the newspapers. I briefly seen it earlier on when I seen it on Twitter. I didn't look into it too much, so I don't know much about it, but I'm assuming I always seen a kind of comment that they were going to say, we need to move people because of climate change and climate migrants, I suppose they're calling them now. But we have to see how that plays out. We have to see how that goes on in the moment because I haven't seen much of it. I've seen, as I said, I've seen it earlier on, but I didn't look into it too much. What else? But I understand what you're saying, Davey, about your windows and stuff like that. But I don't think the public want to go in to prisons to talk to the politicians. You know. But yeah, where was that? I seen it earlier on. Now I can't see it now. But I'm looking for. Give me a second, sorry. To see what I seen about what to go now. See, so much things I have to keep an eye on now. There's a good lot of them should be in prison. Starting with Leo, and then you could walk your way down for leaking documents. Obviously he broke the law. I think everybody can agree he broke the law in terms of leaking documents. It's there in black and white. The Irish Times. Yeah, I'm just looking for it because I seen somebody talk about that around too. I can't remember who it was. Just give me a second, because I just seen it briefly. And I didn't look into it, but I took note of it. Because I seen somebody retweeted it and that. So I think I might have retweeted it too, but I can't see it now. See, I see so much things happening now every day. I forget what's happening. 1 second. Back again. Sorry, I was just getting water. Let me see. Where did I see that? Oh, here we are. Yeah, the Irish Times. Yeah, you were right. Yeah, although that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying about killing people now. I'm not talking about killing them or that. But it was just I seen the what was it, the Jonah that he had up there. I'm not saying about going and killing politicians. No, I'm not saying that at all. Um, but it's just let me see. I had to wait through this just briefly. But he had the question to me. No, I'm just gonna take this better from my throat and from water. What I was gonna say, the question I have for Rodrigo Gorman is where do they plan to put these people? They say about climate migrants. I don't know where they're gonna put them. That's the question first of all. If they are going to take them in. Well, I don't think it's going to end well for them. And obviously, too, they turn up without any documents, too. That's the thing, too. Obviously, there had to be some kind of security, People turn up into the state without documents. As I say, if I went off now on holiday to Australia, I wouldn't just walk into Australia, let's be fair. If I went on holiday, say I'm going off on a holiday to Australia or New Zealand or something like that, I don't think they would let you in unless if you didn't have it. Say if I said, "Oh, I lost my passport," I got on a plane in Dublin airport, but I went off to Australia and I didn't have a passport. Turned up at the airport in Australia without a passport. I'd be told, "Get back on the first plane and go home. Get out." And that should be the way in every country. If you don't have a passport, in an hour. Oh, that was the other day, Tony. Hello. But yeah, no, I have a sore throat, so that's why I'm only here for a while. Yeah, magic money. No, I don't, Davey. Oh yeah, well, it can be said that. It can be said to be that. Yeah. Excuse me, sorry. Apologies again. I have to speak now every once in a while. Oh yeah, it's just my throat. That's why I'm not going to be here for long tonight. Because you probably can hear that I'm kind of struggling this week. It was the same time, but I'm still speaking away. So that's what I'm saying. Saying as much as I can, as much as I can say. Excuse me. I'm just trying to get my throat clear so I can speak. Yeah. Well, it seems. Well, we're probably not going to fruition at any time soon. I know. Oh no, would you be sent back? But if you lost your documents, or you wouldn't say why you're coming to Australia or something like that. I'm sure they would send you. I'm sure they would send you home. They wouldn't let you stay. They wouldn't just be like, "Oh, come on, and you forgot your documents. Oh, you don't have your. What happened to your document? Oh, you shredded them. Oh, poor you. I let you into the country. That's what happens here. Oh no." Uh, yeah. But yeah, as I said in my other video too, I don't know what to make of that either. But it's hard to know what to make of anything. I wish look, we live in cuckoo land. What time? I only stay until 9:30. I won't stay before I won't be able to speak now in the morning. For the last few days, except the last time was live, I only spoke for about a few words a day. That's basically it because I couldn't speak that much. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even New Zealand the same too. But yeah, you just can walk in here. You don't need to say even who you are or where you come from or where that. You just walk in and basically you're forgiven. Hello, Cat. Sit down there. Hello, how are you? Turns out I self-touch and for 10 years, well, probably, yeah. No, if you turn up and you don't have it, as I said before, somebody was from England, I think I said it a few months ago, or last month, or someone. Somebody would have to go on holidays and they didn't have the right document to go on holiday or something. It wasn't a passport, it was something to do with, they didn't have the right number or something, and then it was sent home and they were told to get to the north and then come back. So they were sent home. So, but that was something to do with a document, like I think it was a tourist feed or whatever it was. So you're not walking there unless they know who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. It's somewhat. I have a good few things here. Just looking through some things I have to talk about. Too much to talk about. It's too much to talk about. I'm not going to get into some stuff tonight. Um, well, anything else anybody want to say? But yeah, as I was saying, Eamon Ryan earlier on, I think I might have. Yeah, I did mention it, and I briefly mentioned it. So Eamon Ryan, the e-scooters, technically they're not allowed in the world, and he wants to tax them now, but you have to pay tax and all that crack on it, insurance on these electric scooters. They're not supposed to be on Irish roads in the grand scheme of things, but they're still being sold. Thanks for letting me in, exactly. So yeah, but Eamon Ryan, it's a bit the same with everything. He's gonna even if you walk now, he's probably going to tax you now for walking. You're probably the way road tax. I'm not going to mention too much about it, but yeah, it's sad. It is very very sad. Yeah, it's a tragedy. It's not too long ago there was another one down the other side of the county, but yeah, it's a tragedy. Uh, Obviously a good lot of people wouldn't know him around here too. Excuse me. I would say it's a long story now, Tony. I think it's nothing to do with what you probably think it is. As I'm going to say first of all. Um, but we're not. Well, it's a suicide, yeah. It's not. It's not. It's on the Independent. Yeah, I think it is on the Independent. But it's not what you think it is, Tony. I think you probably think it's what you think it is. But it's not what you think it is. It is a suicide. And made the poor young lad went rest in peace. Yeah, no, I just don't want to, because a lot of people are upset about it, and I don't want to kind of upset anybody. Particularly around here, as I said, Belturbet's only out the road. Um, and obviously everybody in Belturbet is very upset about it. Which obviously I'm very upset about too, but it happens with everything. Especially because he's kind of the same age as me. He's probably a bit older than me, a small bit older. But yeah, may rest in peace. Ooh, chair turned off. Hello, Ted. Tarrant, how are you doing? I think that's how you said. Hope you're keeping well. Because there's a lot of shock about it, and it's the whole county is kind of talking about it at the moment, I suppose. Yeah. A lot of people, wouldn't do him in the football world. Exactly. Yeah, I see. I see what you say. I just see the article there now. Yeah, I didn't know it was on the Independent. I seen it. I knew about it. I got a phone call last night. The morning about it. And then obviously it was on Northern Sound, and obviously it was up again. It was out. Which Sean? It wasn't any car accident. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna continue talking about it. Just out of respect, because it's probably not. It's not right to talk about it at the moment. Um, excuse me. Yeah, where's my water? Yeah, we'll just not talk about it, Tony. That's okay. We'll just not talk about it. I'm a bit better. Yeah, my throat's still sore. That's why I'm kind of sound like I'm after. I don't know. Yeah, I know. We're not talking about it. We're just not talking about it because we're not talking about it at the moment. That's okay. We talk about it. We talk about it another time. But we let the poor young lad rest in peace for the moment. But yeah, my throat's still a bit dicey, I suppose you could say. So that's why I'm not going to be on for too long tonight. But thank you for the concern. I do appreciate it. Excuse me. It's actually a lot better now than it was before, which is good. But the worst thing happened. I got after it was nearly better. Like after it was nearly better, I got a sore throat. So basically, just after the new year, my foot was kind of on the mend, and then I got a sore throat. So, you know, it didn't. Again, one thing went away, and then the other thing came. If that makes any sense. Which is always the way. So at least I can walk around a bit more now and do things. Tend to do. Oh yeah, it's just my throat that's really up. Annoying me at the moment. Excuse me. So yes, anything else we want to talk about? Now's the time. Yeah, I didn't know. I think you were here. No, were you here? I don't know. Last time was live. When was it live the other day? I can't remember what day it was. Live one of the days last week, wasn't it? Yeah, you probably were here before. I think I did say Happy New Year to you. I can't remember. It's a lot of things happen at the moment to remember. Oh yeah, I briefly talk about the New Year. No, not the New Year. Sorry, reading Sean Street and thing for a second. Just give me a second. Um, what do you call it? What do you call it? Oh yeah, the Twitter, YouTube has updated their policy. So basically now, if somebody is monetizing the channel, obviously I don't monetize my channel, but to other people, YouTube's kind of fucked up a lot. Let's put it that way. Basically, you can't really cuss at all now, and obviously I will make a video on it just to say because it is stupid. Because YouTube has its own kind of thing for kids, YouTube Kids, and it's I get around to this slagging now at the moment. Just give me 2 seconds. But yeah, it's stupid because nowadays every teenager and every young person they use bad language. Let's be fair, and particularly Irish people use bad language a lot. So I don't know what's the harm in cursing. Let's be fair. If that makes any sense. So YouTube's just like, no, you can't curse. We're going to not give you any ad revenue or anything like that. But obviously it doesn't affect me. It affects other people. But obviously it isn't fair in my opinion. Because some people do take donkeys years to put videos together. I was watching the video there the other night, and the person took 2 months to put the video together. It was about 6. I got through it all. I watch bits and pieces every once in a while. It was about 3 hours long, and that took 2 months to make and edit and all that for that person, and it was demonetized by YouTube. So you can imagine that that's his job, and he has no revenue coming in. So you can be pretty pissed off, and again, I know in the space of 3 hours, you can say a good few bad words and things because we was a few and something. But I still think it's a bit harsh now. For for that, I understand. It used to be in the first 30 seconds of a YouTube video you couldn't curse or use bad language, but now it's like if you use bad language at all, they're gonna just restrict you, which obviously shouldn't be the way. Obviously, if it's using extreme bad language, obviously it shouldn't be that bad. But I was just saying fucking things like that's not bad. Yeah, exactly. But they're taking a more harsher stance on it at the moment, Sean. So basically, they're taking a harsher stance now on it than they did before. Beforehand maybe they're more lenient. But well, technically the version that I'm using now at the moment is technically the adult version, yeah, because there is a kids version. So technically this is the adult version for only people, the only YouTube, so which is technically adult version, because things can be demonetized and age restricted and stuff like that. Can happen age restricted too. But there's YouTube Kids. I'm sure you've seen it. It's YouTube Kids, but it's for kids, But yeah, sorry. I get back to all the abuse that you're giving me for a few minutes. So you're giving up a woman that's New Year's resolution? No, I just don't have to show it on me. Sometimes you're still behind me. I wasn't here at 12 that night. Oh, you weren't here on New Year's night when we done it. Watched the bit of Megan and Howie. Came across good. Watched the bit of how I put Howie. I'm sorry, if it came across good. I didn't see any of it, but I take your word for it. Bring back Santa, we will. Happy New Year again, Sean. Tony's giving me more guff. One of my comments on your video was removed by YouTube. But when was this? Is this recently or today or when? It could be my spam folder. Yeah, you can send it to me in Gmail now. But was this recently or it's not in my whole helpful review? There's nothing in my helpful review. There's nothing here in my helpful review. Like usually, I've seen it once or twice. Your comments went in there. Like helpful review. I don't know why I automatically went in there once or twice. And obviously, I look at it every once in a while and I do it. Your comments did go in about 3 or 4 times into here, but I obviously approve them all the time. Whenever it goes into. The same with nearly everybody else's comments, unless there's something extremely bad, you know. But you know. But it's not there. So if it's today, if it's a because last time I checked this, I think it was the helpful review. When was it? It was last week. It was last week sometime. It wasn't any time recent. Last probably Monday. It's about a week ago. But I check this quite regularly, just in case some of them do. Yeah. But yeah. But it probably was from a while ago now. It wasn't removed by us now. I don't think. It could. I don't know. I don't think the mods removed it either, as far as I'm aware. Oh, I know what it's saying every few seconds, but I suppose you have to look at the context. Like 3 hours of a video take, for example, that took 2 months to make. Obviously, within 3 hours, you could use it a few times. I think the person said it 55 times in a 3 hour video. Yeah, probably YouTube removed it, yeah, because I don't think it was us to remove it, unless it was something extremely bad, unless you were trying to kill somebody, Sean, or something like that, then we would remove it. Because, and I wouldn't know about it, obviously the moderators would tell me. If they remove it, they would tell me what's been removed, what's, they have to come to me to ask me, basically, should we remove it, you know. So I say it's not in my spam folder, but I do send it to me and I have a look at it. Because again, YouTube does have their own thing. Your comments disappear and stuff like that. That happens on YouTube, you know. I got on to them a few times before about it, but there's basically was told nothing we can do. It's just the way it is, and it's, etc. etc. I'm having a fight. We're fair play to you, don't I? Anyway, but yeah, I had to check something actually doing it. But yeah, sorry about that, Sean. Now that does happen. It can happen again. YouTube just has to thing ways. Excuse me. Give me a second. Yeah, well, Irish people do swear a lot too. But my point is, obviously, in a 3 hour video, obviously, that fella, I think he counted it was about 55 times, sorry, not 3. 55 times he swear in a 3 hour video, which is not bad. I've seen more worse content on YouTube basically than that. And obviously, as I say, teenagers and stuff are used to that, and obviously they have the one kid thing, so, I don't know what they really have to do it for, if that makes any sense. So I'm just looking at some here. What for a pillow? What pillow? What's wrong with a pillow? I'm sure she has other qualities. What? Oh, that's you, Sean. Yeah, just give me a second. Where's my Gmail? Yeah. And again, just to say, if anybody ever wants to email me, I always see them. Don't worry. Anything you email, I might not respond, but I do see them. I can't like comment. Like thumbs them up or what. Yeah, have a look at this. Oh, it says by YouTube, yeah. Yeah, no, just give me a second, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it was YouTube. It was definitely YouTube. It's not us, yeah, because it wouldn't say that. And obviously the moderators would have told me that it was. Yeah, YouTube has a hate speech policy too. I don't know really what's in defines it, I suppose. Was this recently or was this last year? When was this? You don't mind, because the YouTube again they updated the policy. It came into effect in the 5th. They updated the policy in the 5th, and it came into effect. The cash up, as I say, for swearing, and I think the hate speech they were putting a lot. Like they kind of doubled down a lot on it. If that makes any sense. Well, like, was this last week or was this week, Sean? Never mind, anyway. Oh, last week, 2 weeks ago, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was me whole or something. I don't know why. But yeah, if it does say that, then it was YouTube definitely. It wasn't any of us. 'Cause I seen something like this before. Somebody said something like that before. But as I say, they do read through your comments, even on live streams. They do. When it's processed, you know the way when I'm finished live streaming now, I go off it, and there's a bot on YouTube, on YouTube that scans the comments and stuff like that and go through it. So so they do kind of go through it and they look through your comments and stuff like that. Did you call it that? What? Oh, I know, but I still do it. I know. I don't know what's. I don't know. It's hard to know. It doesn't really say specifically. Yeah, it says hate speech. I don't know what they define as hate speech for. Yeah, I would just be careful because they can probably take down your channel for. Well, not take down your channel, but take your account away. So anything else? No, I think it's just a bot kind of thing. I don't think it's you know there's government sites on it. I don't think so. Could be, but I don't know specifically. We won't know until somebody ever buys Twitter or no buys YouTube and releases their fires. Their fires. Because we never know until then, unfortunately. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah. Oh, I know that, but I think it's just a bot. You know, I don't think it's an only person that does it. You know, I think it's just a bot to have. Yeah, that, obviously the YouTube bots are not always correct. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's happened before. People tell not to me, but to other people, their channel's been taken down and the number win state. You know, Tony, that might be crossing the line of it. You know. So you know, can you please remove it if you don't mind? If that's okay. Kind of crossing the line this moment. So if you can remove it, please. If that's okay. Facebook ban comments. Yeah, well, Facebook does that. Yeah. Let's just say, you know, try and be polite as possible now. I know, but you try and be polite now. You know, Tony, please, you know, just try and be polite. It's for your own sake too, because the bot probably can pick it up after, even though you probably retract it. You know, the bot can probably still read through it and kind of put two and two together. You know. You know. Oh, I know, but we don't want your account to be gone and things like that. We don't want that to happen. So it's only for your own sake, you know. You know. Because I don't know how, like, when I created my YouTube channel, it was easy enough to make an account and stuff like that. Nowadays, they probably want to know what you had for breakfast, to be totally honest, before you made an account. If that makes any sense, so it probably is a lot more difficult nowadays to make a YouTube account. You know. And it is hassle too, probably, to make a YouTube account nowadays. Because I remember they threw this around that they wanted you to have ID. So basically, yeah, for age restricted content. One or two of my videos were age restricted for some reason, and you had to show your ID to YouTube to view them. They conform to over 18 and stuff like that. So yeah, that does happen. But yeah, you don't do it like when you sign up. Maybe that's new nowadays. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Leo is great, isn't he? Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, we're going to 10 and then I think that's really it, because I don't think my voice could probably last much longer, to be totally honest with you. I think I've done well now. I probably will suffer now in the morning, but at least the best thing about it anyway, you know, I talked very little the last few days. Anyway, nowadays the probably will be a lot more stricter on them things. As I said, the new terms of policies, you know. Oh, I know, but you know, nowadays, you know, that cannot be, you know. Yeah, I just say be careful. The new term is a policy, you know. Obviously, as I said before, we don't really enforce it that hard. Actually, I don't know. Is Davey still here? Just to see if he's here for a second. Just maybe he didn't know about the new terms of policy. Just if is Davey still here? Probably left. I don't know. Could be still here. If you are here, just let me know, Davey. Um. Mm-hmm. I assume Davey's not Davey. I presume Davey's not here. He'll have to be what I wouldn't soon, yeah. But no matter, I'll tell Davey later. I talked to him later. It's not important. I talked to the moderators later about things. I was just informing of the new rules on YouTube and just making sure that it'd be a lot more strict. I don't know how strict it would be to people who have YouTube, because basically, in YouTube's terms, you know, when we were sent an email a few months ago by YouTube, the same as nearly everybody who makes content makes that on YouTube. We were said it's kind of up to us to police our own comment section too. You know, I don't know. Is there anything to be had? Like, suppose will we get in trouble? So it's legal trouble in terms of we don't police it right. If so, then we have to look into that. Maybe, I don't know. We have to see what happens. I know. But as I say, it's my intention that not to over police it. If that makes any sense. You know. We have to see what the YouTube. I have to actually look at the YouTube terms policy better next time. Because if that does happen, we're in a bit of a problem. Excuse me. Yeah, well, Santa, yeah, it should be. The Finnish government will be after you. You might have to finish Sniper after you. You don't want the snow speaking Finnish. But yeah, I let you. Do you want to hear a plan? Do you want to hear of a special operation? Anybody want to have a special operation at the moment? Well, not at the moment, but it's in the future. Probably in the summertime or so we do it. Give me a second, I just have to look into something. But excuse me. Just actually need to see for a second. Just give me 2 seconds. I actually forgot what. I don't know. Can I show you this now? Actually, probably had. Give me 2 seconds and I get on to you in a second. Just give me a second. Give me 2 seconds. Will you fucking show you fucking. Excuse my language. We seem to be careful today. No festival yet. Fucking. You're done with January. It's only 5 minutes into January. I'm done with it. But it's hard to believe now. It's already the 9th. We're going into the 10th. Excuse me. You're caught now. Yeah, it's hard to call. The thing was getting. The thing was annoying me. Yeah, this computer was annoying me for a second. Oh, I know, but it's kind of nowadays a lot of young people do and things like that, and particularly Irish people. Particularly now in Cavan, we have a whole thing now. Even to some of the councilmen, I often hear say it, the who and bast of a thing. That's what people in Cavan say a lot. You hear people a lot in Cavan say that, the who and bast of a thing. That's you know, uh, people in Cavan have a whole thing of saying that. So you often hear me give out about that too. Like I often do give out about people dumping stuff and be like the who and bastard stuff that stuff in there. Because Cavan people have a how it happened to say that. So do you want to hear the plan? What? But what was I gonna say? So yeah. So the plan is to put a picture up here, right? Eventually. Now obviously it's in the early stages in the works, basically. It's in the early stages. It's not going to be ready now. It'll probably near the end of August or so because it's complicated now to do. But it's, give or take, will be done. We have it as soon as we can. Um, um, I tell you, well, here, give me a second. I might show you. Just give me a second because I'm in touch with this fellow. I know this fellow now. He's done a good few things with me already. Obviously, it's going to cost a bit. Well, hopefully by August. Again, he's a bit backlogged. Thankfully, I give him a lot of business. Um, Actually, I point them in the right direction. He's doing different things for other people too, so he's kind of getting off the ground, I suppose. He's doing these things. He does custom things and stuff like that. So I pointed a few people in his direction, to do things, and they got different things. Not off obviously the finished 5 minutes though, but off different people. I think somebody got a T-shirt off the walk and stuff like that, and they were happy enough with it. You know, so there were people happy enough with it. August 15th is my birthday. Well, it's still a good bit of way, but it might be during the summer again. It's going to cost a good bit of that, but he's looking into it now, and he's kind of tricking around at it. Yeah, but here I show you now. Let me see. It's going to probably how the show. I'm just careful. I'm not showing any details or anything. I take a picture of it and show you on my phone. How about? Because I'm just cautious of showing any details of conversation because he's kind of showing me an idea of what it will be. Obviously, probably not the best looking picture. Just give me a second. Actually, I do a better as I clip it. The snipper. Excuse me. And I close that. Yeah, we might have enough. There we go. So it's kind of like a framed. Like this is only half the size of it. So it's going to be a very large pictured framed, thing. Obviously, it's going to cost a few bob. It's going to be because obviously he has to make it. Obviously, first of all, is to do the picture frame. It's going to do it very nice. And then there's obviously two. There's a picture frame here, and then there's a outer picture frame. So this is only his idea at the moment. He has two other ideas. This is the one I'm going to pick. Just because why not? Like he has two other. Like this is only his kind of sketch of it to say this is the one. I think it'd be the best because he had two others. I can show you the two others now if you give me a second. I'm just afraid to show any details, but that's the one I'm going to pick. But it is going to cost because there's two frames. Like there's one inside and there's one on the outside, and that's going to cost around. He estimates around 160, and then plus delivery and stuff like that. So it's going to take a few bob, to put towards. So I'm waiting for a while too. But obviously he knows if he does anything, if I ever ask him to do anything, he'd do it, and he know he'd get paid for it, basically. I'll show you the other two. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll show you the other two. I'm just afraid of showing any details on it. Like if I were to, two people talk to me about him and I already kind of point him in the right direction. So he's got a good bit of business on me. No, I'm not getting funded. No. Fucking get off my screen, you who and that sort of. Will you please, Kim, please. Stop for a second, please. Can I please open my computer screen down? No, we're not getting overhyped yet. For a second. No, I showed you the two, but I think this is the one I'm going for more than the other ones. They're all going to cost 150, 160 or so. I will say, get a tattoo note, I can find. I need to just find the other ones. So just give me a second. I have them somewhere here. He's cursed again. Jesus, I need to get a swear jar. But it is going to cost a good few bob, and I'm just kind of waiting for a while before I, because he kind of showed me what he could do, what ones he could do and which ones he could do. If I could get the other two, just give me a second, I'll show you now. I need to find them, 105 things here. To go through my emails to find them. Because he kind of he'd done up 3 that he could do. And obviously these would be large, large enough, if that makes any sense. Let me see, where's my snipper? Snipper 2. Snipping 2. No, but would she ever have time to go? I don't know, 5 minutes. If I went over and went to the nightclub or something and get it. Give me a second, just give me a second. I'm just being cautious not to show anything. But yeah, Take Freeze, a few people that I knew, as I say, somebody got it off the walk. They got a t-shirt of the walk, thanks. So I give him a good bit of business, basically. Even though I haven't disclosed, he doesn't want me to disclose publicly, who he is, not that. But he made a good few bob off me already, so it's kind of a good business inventor. Because he made the House of Fire and 4 thing, he made the pillow cover, he made the thing of Santa Maria. He made the cabin thing too. I still haven't. I wish I would have got this framed. I should have gotten the frame this. So I still haven't got it because the things I have is not really blue tack. I need to get blue tack eventually. So, but he made that too. So he's got a good bit of business. Oh, in real life, do I follow her? Do I literally go around and follow her? No. Excuse me, sorry. So yeah, this is the other one. This one might be a bit more nice. So it's like the ones I have. But it's kind of like a frame and a blue kind of background, if that makes any sense. And obviously that would be around 100, and it's the same, all of them be around 160, 150. Then obviously including packaging and all that. And obviously because the frame too would be a lot more expensive in terms of post. Also, just to say, I think a few people mentioned it to me. I don't know who else mentioned it to me. Alan Hawken got his CD, just make sure, just to tell people, he got it this morning. He let me know when he got it this morning. So, panic over. So we got him the CD. I went in Friday and I got it from him. Now, such a job to get it, first of all. I went to, just to tell you the story. I went to 3 different shops, and they didn't have it. So I had to go out to get it from one of the teachers in St. Pat's. So it was a long story, but yeah. So technically, I got it in the post, and I had it. It was there. It got there this morning. Now, where is the other one? Oh, 160, 150. Probably include post and packages, maybe 180 or so. Which is the price, because again, he is, he drawed this out. I had to pay him for it because he's drawn this out, like, as just kind of saying what he could do. And he's taken time, he has to do stuff with it and all that crack. And then he has to put it in the frame and put it in another frame. So, and then, it does take time, like he makes it himself. It's not, I wouldn't know how to do it, let's put it that way. I don't think many of us know. So, you have to pay for his time, it's like an artist, And I'd throw him a few bob extra here and there, for his work. But yeah, he's got a. I made him made a few things. So the House of Iron 4 shot top, the carving thing, the other thing. I know, but I think he specifically going and he drew them. I think he kind of designed them first of all. But yeah, he's very specific about these things. He kind of just doesn't pop it onto a T-shirt. He goes into the mighty detail about it. It's very good. He likes his detail basically. He just won't just fuck it onto a language again, but he just won't fuck it onto onto the thing. He wants to be precise. He likes doing things right and to the craft. I don't know what he'd be able to do Bobblehead now, don't you? I think that'd be a bit too much to ask him. Yeah, but this is kind of like the coat of arms here. Or maybe in the future, because he did say to me he could do one of these, like that. But I will get this probably put up sooner or later here. Because as I said, we're doing up this. I'm going to probably put a lot more posts and stuff up around the room. They can't take the banners out of it. But just at the moment, I don't have sticky tack to kind of put it up for the moment because it keeps falling. So they get better stuff to stick it to the wall. So that's the only reason why this is not up. And obviously, he made this himself too. Put it up. And also, I designed it and all that. Like he decided. Like I put out his. He said, "What do I want?" And I said, "Can we put it on his best county?" The logo for the county. No new post. Now, John, you're getting a bit over the top. And then obviously he made. Obviously he made this top too, and then he made the House of Iron 4 top. He done them, and then obviously the pillowcase. So I'll give him a good few bit of business. I'll give a good lot of business. But I say at some point anyway. No. But at some point anyway I get it. Because again, the only reason why I'm holding out for the moment, because I have to kind of put a nail up and all that. And there'll be a lot of crack. Because it actually is pretty large. Like he was going to do a medium size one, but I think I'm going to go for a large one. Because it kind of would take up a good bit of space there. So and obviously it would take time. I don't know. What was I going to say? I can look because he said something to me before about different things. Like he just doesn't do Santa Maria. Just to say, not just specifically doing Santa Maria. He does other things. As I say, he does the walk to the wrestler. Yeah, which I was saying, he sold something else out that somebody was saying to me. Because I pointed that person into the direction of him. I said, you're looking for a lovely picture to walk on a T-shirt. I was like, go to this man, give him the few bob. Give him a few bob. He's starting out. Because he was starting out. And as he said, I kind of give him the most business so far. Because already I've nearly given him €500 worth of stuff in terms of in all the stuff that I bought, the cushion and the thing and the 2 tops and and I paid him a bit extra for it too. I give him a bit on this, give him a bit of a tip for it. So he's happy enough. Obviously, because I pointed a few people in his direction. So and as I say, he got the money for that T-shirt. So he's living the life of Wiley. Let's put it that way. But yeah, eventually I will probably I put up his name here if anybody wanted to buy anything. Or do it if you want them to do something, but it is a bit pricey. We'll admit that, but he does go to the effort. He does kind of himself, and it's hard to do yourself for yourself to do. I couldn't imagine doing that. Let's be honest. I couldn't do it, to be totally honest. But yeah, I show you something now because he did kind of come to me. I asked him for a few ideas and different things, just for the lawless. But yeah, this one here. Let me just say this is the design for the pitch of the wall. He looked at the few. So this is the last one that said like suggestions. Excuse me. But yeah, eventually we'll get it now. I hope to have it before the summertime or before August. That's when I hope to have it on August. But we see. It's not the fact that I'm not willing to pay the money. Have the money there if you want to do it. I'm just gonna wait for a while. I'm not ready to do it at the moment. Let me just see. Just give me a second. I'll show you this one. I'm saying I know. So yeah, this is the next one here. Ooh, sorry. Well, that's the next one. So it's kind of just a basic one, just basic. So that's the next one. So I think the first one was the best out of the whole lot of them. The one with the finished flag in the background. To be totally honest with you. You're doing that commission. I won't commission them, to do it. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I suppose that's the word, you can use. But I don't think I'll go with the last one. I don't really like the last one, to be totally honest. But definitely I think I might go with the first one. It's spoilers. I wasn't going to tell you this until time. But yeah, he's getting those other things too, which maybe I look into in the future. Give me a second though. Trying to find way because you give me an idea of another thing. What was it now? What was it? Sorry, give me a second. A line? What's been a line? But no, definitely now and I'll be getting a few other things done for Calvin, like with Calvin on it. He's giving me a few suggestions of different things. So we look into that now in the future. Where was that? I think he showed me a mug, yeah, because he does mugs. He'd done a mug for a woman he knew. Like it was for Galway. He's from Galway, just to say. I did. Funny enough, I actually did for Carpenter. I got no response, so I'm very upset about that. Even paid for express post, and I paid for it. The way you can get a postal order. You can put it in a postal order, so a person has to sign for it. I even done that. So the Finnish, as I said before, the Finnish Prime Minister cost me more money than anything like that, because I had to send the Finland international post and stuff like that, and then express post. I paid €5 extra to get it over to Finland quicker. And I put it in. I had to get the way you could sign for it. So I done that too. I paid an extra. I think it was nearly €9 for whatever you call that. What do you call that? Well, I said it a second ago. Hard to get. No, but I know I actually did. Like it was a good few bob now. That was said in that letter. But we did send obviously New Zealand and Australia too was a good few bob too. Yeah, because it was said that half won the fucking world to go to Australia and New Zealand. Still got no word from it. But yeah, so this is the last kind of idea he kind of had. He does do cups, yeah. Show you now in a second. Just give me a second. So it's kind of like a backpack. So yeah, he kind of sent me that idea. Oh, well, no, it's a long time ago now, Colin. But how are you doing anyway? Good to see you. But yeah, so we see that now. Bertie, what? Bertie, how you mean? You'll be waiting. Excuse me. Having a fit. But yeah, what do we take about? I slag you for that, oh no. I'm already getting hold of this. Virgin Media one is doing an and but to be totally honest, as they always to be totally honest. But yeah, you can ring them up and say we'll not do an interview with them or something like that. You yeah, I'm already getting hold of you, see so. Sure, why not at this I showed this other thing I got. Hello. So I got this kind of jacket too. To go around it. So obviously not a gal's jacket around there, just to say. It's just to help me out carrying stuff, because obviously I have 105 things to carry. So I'll go around like this now. Obviously could take this off, like obviously it's just for the pocket space. I have 110 things to bring around. Because obviously I do bring dog bags around with me and to different things. Let me see. I think I might have chucked them out, because I took them out this morning. Let me see, where did I put the gloves in here somewhere? Probably took them out now. It's seen so many pockets in here. Pockets underneath it and everything. It must be in the bottom. It's probably the last fucking pocket. Yeah. See, there's dog bag. One dog bag. I had 3 today. Then my gloves too. Only gloves. I have other gloves too. So obviously it's for pocket space and stuff like that. So, you know. Yeah, just switch off the Irish media, exactly. Don't be listening to them. But yeah, so I'm going on like this now. And obviously too, I have this is for my body camera. I can take this off and put my body camera up on it. It's a bit unsteady, I will say that. Oh yeah, and I have black bags too with this, and I have other things too. I keep my phone in them too, just for space, because I have dog bags and stuff like that. Because my other bags it was too much. It was my other jacket. I had the casual jacket. The casual jacket is not enough space. Only have 2 pockets at the bottom. You know, it wasn't enough. I know, it's okay. YouTube might not forgive you much. Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to show you that too. So if you do come across me, though, I'm not a gout. What is this? Wow. Stop people. Well, I probably could, yeah. But technically, community wardens are given these. You know, community wardens. So technically, I could be considered a community warden at this stage. Should have a notebook. I have my phone. I don't need a thing. What was I going to say? Yeah, and I was going to say, what day was it? What day is today? Monday. It was Thursday. Thursday last week. There was quite a bit of damage done to one of the council facilities. So yeah. So yeah, no, but I don't kind of have a notebook. Like I would have the White Hole report. Well, probably still the White Hole report, because I was the one who found it. Noticed it first. That was done damage. If we could find it. I know I probably shouldn't show it, because you know it probably go to court and all that, so I probably shouldn't show it. Yeah, I probably shouldn't show it, just to wait and see what happens. Have you got a badge? No, I don't need a badge, Tony. I'm not the police. Excuse me. Oh, I have to go, Fiona. Take care. But yeah, I just thought I'd show that. But yeah, I put this back now because. But yeah, it's just because I need to have the pockets. But yeah, we'll probably go now in a second or two because my probably throat's gonna die. In the game. So yeah, I think we're going out. Is like any last words for tonight? Any last words before I shoot you? I'm only joking. Anything else before we go? We're live for longer than I thought it would be tonight now. Well, anyway, what do we think of January take of the the art? Sorry, excuse me. What do we generally take of the art, like the art suggestions? Generally, I would like to hear people's opinion. Will you give me more shit about it? Like will you abuse me every day of the week now? But I was heading to the pub. Fucking great country. You can go to the pub on the walking day, Tony. Jesus Christ. And a Monday too. Monday going back. Usually what they used to say years ago, if you didn't go in on Monday to walk, you were drunk for the weekend. That was the old saying years ago. I never heard of anybody go to the pub now on a Monday. Oh, well, I actually did, yeah. A few times I heard people going because it was the Betty or things like that. But generally, what did we take of the suggestions to the wall? Generally. Oh, what? I thought I didn't know. I didn't read. Sorry, I didn't see that. I thought I went. I was some 3 years ago. Everyone was told to stay in, so I went out to get to put me aside. Oh, you were heading to the pub there. I thought you were heading to the pub tonight. Okay, sorry, that's okay. I thought you were heading to the pub tonight. I was going like, Tony, you need to be up in the morning for walk. You wouldn't want to be staggering around your workplace now tomorrow. It'd be a health and safety concern. Sorry, I didn't read that. I only seen you heading to the pub. I thought I read up the top because I seen you had a badge and I thought I read that. And I didn't read it. Sorry, apologies though. I understand. Yeah, I remember we were told to stay at home the time of Hurricane game, whatever. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a year or two now. But anyway, here, look at it. I think I'd leave now because I can feel my throat going to fall apart, basically. So good night, everyone. Take care.